Hello, friends. Darkscream, and here on the PTR. Oh yes, we're on the PTR. Let's make sure. Usually this ends up messed up. Yeah, that's a little high. I usually turn these lower for my videos. I like the in-game sound. Like the in-game music. I know a lot of people turn those off entirely. I like to have them just there a little bit in the background. It's good for your situational awareness. Much better than a bunch of honking horns and beeping cell phone noises that you attach to your weak auras. Honestly, that's a rant for another day, but you should really try and learn the boss emotes and indications. People say, oh no, you can't, the game's so bad at teaching you things, but it's not. It's, So, we're about 10 minutes out from raid testing. I don't have a group, I'm just gonna randomly pug one, which, can always be hit or miss. Actual testing new bosses. Now, the tricky thing is, I believe the normal mode testing opens up at the same time, so I don't want to get into a normal mode group, right? I'll do that later. There we go. Heroic. They're pretty full. Wow, they're pretty full. What is that? Yeah, they have one slot left.
I have many lucky doos. You like?
So running with no add-ons except details. Checking them. You can see I was clapping cheeks last time. The tier set bonus was doing some funny things. Just like figured it out. Raffle Sanction was like multi-procking. And then sometimes not procking. It was really weird and inconsistent. Oh, looks like I've got a Discord join. Now, looking at the dungeon journal for this boss, the first one we're going to do Nimue, Weaver of the Cycle. So, Nimue was placed in the Verdant Realm when Aenar and Freya shaped the dream. So this is like a Titanforged life elemental, right? This is not... This is one of the themes in Dragonflight, is you can't trust anything the Titans have done. So even though this kind of looks Emerald Dreamy and a good guy, it's a boss. However, when we look at the overview, it is not there. So, reading the abilities, it does look like... kind of looks like a little bit like Freya. So there's going to be some laser beams that go off every once in a while, and every time the laser beams go off, the whole fight gets harder. There's a tree that she'll spawn, which will make her immune, so you have to kill the ads. There's going to be lines on the ground. If you touch them, you take damage. Looks like there will be some green energy attacks that chase people around. Oh, and you'll have to walk... Okay, Verdant Matrix. So you'll have to walk in the lines to stop the bad stuff. Okay, so that's just like an AoE. Preventing additional stacks of Verdant Matrix and reducing damage taken. Okay, so the Matrix explodes and then gives you like a buff area. Okay, so that's a tank buster, looks like. And it drops one of the buff areas. Blast the target for a bunch of damage, okay. And just a raid rot AoE. Okay. And then Tindril, this is the flying guy. Oh, we've got a full overview, yep. So this is the flying guy, so he'll root you and do a starfall. Then he'll do sunfire and fire beams as a moonkin. He'll do a healing absorb and a dot as a fire tree. And then, okay, it leaves behind a flaming feather. It becomes a flaming owl, so that's going to be like Alice Razor from Firelands. Okay, so it looks pretty good. Looks like they are getting in the raid now, so I will talk to Mr. Nexus Lord Dungeon Raid.
Oh, I have just the thing. Moira.
It is not yet open. So they did some changes to the Paladin set. Now, a lot of people only looked at the numbers and went, oh my god, they're nerfing Paladin! But if you actually read the Blue Post explanation, I believe it's about a net neutral, because they discovered some bugs, and then when those bugs were fixed, the set bonus was going to be too strong, so they had to bring that back down to correct order. I like this set bonus. It is a little boring, at least the two-piece is kind of really boring. But Wrathful Sanction, the way that it actually plays out in the game feel, it makes you think a little bit about the order that you're doing your buttons. You're not just pressing what comes up. When there's two buttons up at the same time, you actually have a decision to make. So that's called skill expression, and it's something that a lot of the player base doesn't like, because they don't like that it's possible for them to do the incorrect thing. But in my opinion, if you have something where it's not possible to do the incorrect thing, then you're not even really playing a game anymore, right? You can't lose, it's not a game. Oh, here we go, raid is open. Alright, and I think they've got a Discord they were throwing around. I'll probably hop in that. I might just mute it, though. I don't know. I don't really want strangers talking on my stream. So we'll teleport to Nimue, Weaver of the Cycle. Oh. Yeah, so there's those lines on the ground we were talking about. Looks like... So it's going to be like a quadrant fight, a segment fight, right? You got all these different areas. It's interesting. Taking a look at the room. It's a very nice looking room. I'm quite sure you... Whoa! Why? Okay. Apparently I'm not gonna look down there, I guess. Guessing this is dropped on... yeah, so someone picked up a mechanic and dropped it on the Matrix and killed everyone, because... You know, testing. No one's gonna res me, I guess. Okay, there we go. Alright. So we want to get some consumables. Did they fix this? This was not letting...
ready.
Yeah. A more powerful spell is already active, so for some reason you can't stack... for some reason I can't stack this to 2x 1 hour anymore. It gives more powerful buff error. Okay, get some potions here. We got our howling rune, hissing rune, I guess. Okay. Got our file, we've got our... I think that's all. Yeah, I'm gonna stay single target for now. Okay.
You bring disorder!
They good?
All
If I go over here.
Must be heard.
So she just stands here. She's just a tree.
I'm getting. Got a 40-second shot.
And I'm supposed to taunt on which one again?
Spectral blast.
That's it. Alright, don't stand in that. I'm sitting.
The judging process for you.
Actually, this is the thing. Like, if you stand in it, you take 99% less damage from the
Oh,
from the
when you
matrix,
drop low,
so you can pass
stand in.
through it basically. The only thing that happens is you move slower, but you can't walk through it.
Right, so drop low.
That's why they're placed right on the lines. You see that? So they're
these-
placed there, so that you can
these-
walk through the lines.
These green things are okay. The
Yes,
green puddles.
green things are okay. Yeah, they're meant so that you can walk through and pass through the lines without getting the buff.
Ah, that's what you were talking about.
Yeah. If you look at them now, they spawn right in the middle of a line, so they can pass through.
Okay.
But so far, that doesn't really seem a reason yet to pass through. Probably once we get further in.
Alright, well.
Oh,
How are you dealing? Wait, I gotta check now. Because our item level is scaled. We're all scaled to 450. Doesn't matter what you have equipped, you are item level 450. So,
click summon the rogue. Somebody click on this so we can get the rogue guy in here.
what? There's a teleport.
It's only 30 of y'all in here.
There's a teleport down.
Thank you.
Clicking on it. I wasn't doing the animations.
All right, let's go.
Alright,
Well, I
go,
can't
go,
leap
go,
over this
wasting
shit.
Time. Pull, pull, pull. Pull, 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 pull. Oh, so it does seem like... crossing the line causes damage? Yeah,
Yeah,
any
let's try
crossing
this.
of the line.
Try not to die before we pull the boss, though.
There.
What the? Goodbye.
People don't know how that works, apparently.
Somebody died.
Yeah.
You bring disorder.
Left guy.
All agents of change must be heard.
Remember, if you get targeted by threats of life, you want to walk through a line. Through the green stuff. Green puddle.
You will not alter the weed.
There it
Hey,
is.
pick the boss now.
Threats of life.
Take it now? Okay, taking it.
Like,
Spirit volley.
so I should be dragging this here.
These puddles are soaked, correct?
That seemed to have worked. Mechanic correctly. So I'll start by behind the line.
I'm not seeing stacking deep up there.
Gives you a damage reduction with a big burst. But they go away if people still with you.
No, I'm talking about tanks. I'm looking for something here for our taunt slot.
Then again, I don't think DBM's really working.
The dream.
No, I'm looking at your frame. In my frame, I'm not getting it.
Woven Resonance?
Okay, this is the beam.
Like, I have 2 stacks of Woven Resonance. I don't know if that's what you're talking about.
There were
There's
ads on the left and right. We have to kill them. The boss has damage reduction 99%.
We stay on the boss as the tanks, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're already. Oh, see those? Okay, there it is. The wardens.
Yeah,
Those
on the left and
wardens
right.
have
We have to nuke them.
died. Okay, I'm dead. When did the wardens come up?
Just now, on the doing the big transition thing there.
At
Okay.
80%.
You hear that, folks on
She reached
Discord
100
talking.
energy, right?
It could be.
I thought you said y'all. Like you said that you had to use a dragon here. You were flying and shit.
No, that's the next one.
Second buffs.
Uh,
Yeah, people in Discord, they're not even really sure what boss this is.
shit, I
That's
ain't
okay.
staying back here.
Okay, so I wanted to look at how is it possible I can't even see them on the. There's one.
Come up, guys, so you can beat the debuff.
And there's a
Too late
food
now.
basket.
Okay, jumping over the line doesn't damage.
Everybody here?
These lines are really annoying to be active before the fight.
What's up?
So I wanted to see why this.
Got a healer offline, but that's why we got so many damn healers. So don't worry about it. Listen,
I think
Go.
that was the one that said that they had issues with their internet sometimes with their add-ons.
that's fine. We just still gotta figure this out.
So we can give them a couple minutes to get back during this pull.
I'll pull again.
You do not belong here. All agents of change
You stand on the right.
must
You stand
be
on the right.
heard.
Yep.
Let me keep her for a while. I'm up. Okay, I'm taking. Yeah, take
How many stacks of that debuff did you got?
I don't see a debuff. That's the whole thing. I don't see a debuff on my bar at all. On my frame.
It's
or
called
anything.
Weaver's Burden. It's like a green mist looking thing.
I don't have it.
If you have
but I
debuffs.
have the damage taken from Matrix reduced by 99% movement speed. I have that now. Oh, that's because I'm standing in a frame.
Tethered to destruction.
And now it's gone. Right.
Dude, this guy.
Now I have Woven Resonance. Increased
Okay.
damage taken from Weaver's Burden 100%.
By the way, watch out with the threads of life. Don't shoot them through the group. It's kind of troll if you do that.
Let me have Alright, so
Get a proc that time. Everyone died.
let me look at this book again.
Oh, we didn't soak a pool.
You
Die, whoever it is,
threaten
die.
the dream. Your existence will be halted.
Not died and lost immediately, and now we've got the friend. Super good use of our time. Okay.
Let me look at this book real quick. Real quick.
People dropping feasts.
Because I don't see
They
anything
don't.
that says here.
I'm guessing that trinket is still laggy, so if we have anybody wearing that, could you please pick a different trinket?
Which one is it?
It's a healer trinket, I know that. What's it called? Blossom, I think.
That's not the one. That's not the one. No, it's the haste trinket.
Mm,
Weaver's Burden and Threaded Blast. I just don't see it. All right, come on. Let's do it again. So we're getting through the first phase.
This fight is cool. I think I get it.
Yeah, we died to the Threads of Life there, last ball. I like the swords that you have to guide through the lines.
You bring disorder.
Yeah, I keep screwing up my
All agents of change must be heard.
Threaded Blast. All right. Weaver's Burden. Alright, I got hit. Take the ball. I'm threaded.
okay, so it looks like the Woven Resonance is the one we need to haunt on.
Nah,
before they came in.
Because it increases damage taken from Weaver's Burden by 100%.
there's the line.
Oh, I am dead.
And the brain is dead again.
So is everybody else?
I'm missing something here
Okay.
because I don't see the change here. I'm not seeing any buffs.
So I think what's killing us is there's like 3 different blades that spawn around people, and then it rushes towards you, and you have to drag those blades through the lines, otherwise we get nuked.
Mm.
So that's a DPS mechanic.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the goddamn tank mechanic that I can't seem to find here.
This is a good tip.
Yeah, and I'm not.
Forward
I think it's
before the
that
line
Weaver's
spawn.
Burden, though.
So once
I
the line
think.
spawn, it's annoying to approach them. See, all these people know how to take damage.
It is weak. Okay, Weaver's Burden of inflicts next damage. On expiring, all players within inflicting up to the damage is reduced the further away you are. Okay, if you get Weaver's Burden, then you need to get away.
That's the tank runaway thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
All
That's.
right.
No.
So when they hit you for Weaver's Burden, you get out of the group and get further away.
Only when it expires, though. Like, you
Yeah.
need to take a couple of stacks and then run away.
Yeah, but the
What do you
thing is,
mean?
I'm not even seeing a Weaver's Burden put on me. So
Okay, so
Are you seeing any debuffs?
none. I'm not seeing
Do
any.
you have your
Only thing I'm seeing
debuff
is when the
turned off?
when they put the shit on the ground. Let's go again.
tank.
Only one I'm seeing is the plants that's on the ground that we got to soak.
Hmm.
I'll try to ping the blades for DPS, so you guys kind of know what it looks like.
So here, let me. I will go here, and you go.
I'm gonna wait till I see our cast Weaver's
And
Burden.
you go to blue whenever you get the debuff, and I'll go to red.
So I'm just waiting till I see the
All
Weaver's Burden.
agents of change must be heard.
All she's casting is threads right now.
This lags.
All right, there it is. Now you take the ball.
Okay, I have the boss.
Oh, okay, I see it now. I see it. It's counting down. Yep. 2, 1.
Pop your personals. Damage coming.
It left behind a puddle to soak.
You have to soak it.
Well, it left it behind. Oh, it left
Weaver's Burden.
It's gone. All right.
Okay, I have weavers.
You have it. All right.
Yep, running away, running away.
All
I'm
right.
going to X. Please move away from X.
Everyone see the blades that I'm picking?
All right. I just got Weaver. Not yet. Yeah, I got it now. I got it.
Haunting.
Need a personal.
Transition incoming.
You threaten the dream. Your existence
All right, so I think we need to go over
will be
to.
halted.
We need to split up, guys. So odds to the right, evens to the left.
So we don't stay on boss during this phase?
No, no.
Okay.
We need to get the wardens down. It should be
Bosses.
odds to the left and evens to the right.
Testing all forms.
We don't have anybody over here on the right. And
You can interrupt, by the way. You can interrupt.
We need to interrupt that. I'll get the next one.
Threads of Life. Weaver's Burden. I have Weaver's Burden.
All right, boss is down. I mean, the small boss is down. I'll take the boss.
I'm dead.
Spirit volley.
All right, I've got Weaver's Burden.
Haunting.
Get away from the blue marker. Shit. Yeah, you need a cooldown for that.
All others must be destroyed.
She's putting beams.
Ads.
She's putting beams
Ads
on the
again?
lasers right now.
Okay, so that's the fight then.
So you need to. Okay, you gotta hurry up and move over to the ads during
Yeah, that's
her
the whole
transitional phase, because she's putting the lines down and then they become active after she's done.
Yeah, so we have people who don't understand the lines are dealing damage.
Just die, everybody.
Hey, that guy picked up his damage though. That's good. Some of the other paladins putting up. That's good. This looks killable. I think we'll get this. How's the time looking?
All right, let's get that. part.
4:20. So we got about 40 minutes left. Run up before the lines form.
You're gonna move your marker out a little more.
All right, let me. Phase 2.
$400K. Yeah, we're not hitting huge execution sentences like we were before. Wrathful Sanction looks to be about the same. That's pretty good. That's the 2-piece, dealing 5% of my damage. That's pretty
Now, should we have the tanks stay on the boss during that phase, or do we need to go to the ads too? Which would you think would be better there?
The ball has a shield around her, so I don't think we need to stay on her. There's nothing. She's not attacking anything.
Okay.
Just
Right.
focus her, set focus and see if she's casting.
Yeah,
Because the ads don't do anything. They just stand there and cast.
The ads aren't targeting anybody, right?
No.
No,
They just do
open
random
interrupt.
damage to people.
Well, you know,
Yeah. So stay here. You guys DPS do what you've been doing. I suppose would probably be best.
All agents of
So when the Weaver expires, you need a cooldown before it expires.
Hmm.
Some kind of mitigation for it.
time my holy power is
Oh shit! Why am I picking
spectral.
All right, I got Weaver. Okay. You can get the ball.
I should have the boss.
She's on me.
Dream bind.
Watch the rats.
You got
Weaver.
Burden. You got Burden now. I got the balls.
Miz, move away from X, please. Mins.
More turrets.
All right, I have burden.
Taking
More
boss.
turrets.
Transition incoming.
She's almost at 100. Watch out for the.
Go to your sides.
You threaten the dream.
Go.
Your existence will be halted.
To interrupt.
See what she's doing? She ain't doing shit, man. Nothing to her.
Yeah, we need
Right.
the tanks. We just got fucking smoked.
You need the tanks over here? Okay.
Yeah, I got melee for 600k.
I guess.
Oh,
your
so they do this.
low skill tanks decided
Yep.
you didn't need to
Thought they
do
didn't though.
Spirit
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I picked it
Okay.
up. So yeah, we got to go with them.
that. Yes, tanks need to tank the ads.
Oh yeah, you definitely need to interrupt that. It's too much damage.
The Nature's Volley?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to interrupt it. And there's
One
something
went
that
off
you-
on the left side.
There's something you could drop on that boss. I think they said or something. Like, I mean, on those ads.
Why don't you know the fight? It's in the
I mean, she's
Dungeon
still
Journal.
casting all her regular abilities while the ads are up.
Right.
She wasn't casting the thread or what's coming.
Time.
It's the shield. I was standing there.
The time we did it, everybody went.
All right.
Don't complain, just go again. Let them learn their lessons. Instead of testing.
I should all be right here in this middle, right?
I'm so salty.
Again,
That's how I deal with
emphasis on the kicks. You have to interrupt them. Deals so much damage.
Talking about the ads.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta kick. So the tanks will kick the first one, and after that, you got to rotate the kicks, y'all. Get the healer up.
Healer's got a res pending. Should have a res pending.
All right, buffs. Countdown.
Okay, okay, we're gonna not screw up our rotation this time. We're gonna open with a blade.
You
Justice,
do not belong here.
and then a wings. On the potion.
All agents of change must be heard.
Enjoying pressing my buttons and having big enjoyer of that.
Spectral blast.
What?
Don't know what that was.
I have Weaver's Burden whenever you get up.
All right, go ahead.
Can't even do
For some reason, I'm taking the extra damage.
Spirit
Before.
volley.
You know what it is?
I'm dead. Everybody dead.
You will not alter the weak.
Had to be something else that was going on because I was damn. I forgot. Shit, I forgot to put the other trinkets.
Yeah, and I told you from button press to
I think that might have actually bugged out because it got hit by like so the fixate thing. For
Everybody running in place right now.
mm-hmm.
Server can't handle the load.
Yeah, I mean, what do they have? Like 50,000 people probably testing. An exaggeration, but probably a fair representation of the number of people that actually play WoW.
All right, let's go. Buff up.
I do wonder though how many people are testing right now. It's probably got to be 1,000 or 2, right?
At least 3.
General chat in this zone is why I have a picture It's
You bring disorder.
vile things in chat.
It's not ready. All agents
done
of
our
change must be heard.
We immediately screwed it up with the lag then. I can't manage my holy power generation properly.
Spectral blast.
All right, take ball.
It's about, but it's very.
Watch that.
It's late. Something's lagging.
The dream binds.
Watch that.
Beaver's burden. Running out.
I got ball.
Watch that.
Boomy move up a little bit.
And we're dead.
What was that?
I don't
That
know.
looks like a Threads of Life killing us. Yeah, Threads of Life. If you're not passing Threads of Life to a line, then it's like
Is that the
200,
Is
200k
that
damage per
arrow
tick.
that's pointing on people? I didn't know what the hell it was. What you hear, guys?
Especially with there's no way you can heal.
I don't.
Yeah, it kills us in half a second.
Yeah, it's like half a second, 200k damage.
I don't understand why. There is a wide range of skill expression in this game, is what I'm learning when I play PTR. Because I never see number differences like
Everybody
this
here?
when I'm grouping live. Ever.
Buff up.
Why is that tank our number one DPS? Sure.
You do not belong here. All agents of change must be heard.
At least the taunt swap on this one's kind of easy compared to for shock.
I'm here along there. It's taking a lot of damage.
This whole thing where my button doesn't press.
Spectral blast.
Taking boss.
Watch Threads.
The dream
Watch
binds
Threads.
you.
Weaver.
Take boss.
Or start.
Watch Threads.
Although, it's fun, you know,
What transition soon?
Will
that
not
83.
alter the weed.
I should have boss. You should be running out.
Me?
Start going towards your side.
You should have the burden.
I do.
Alright now.
Threaten the dream.
Remember, threats will still appear and kicks. Threats and kicks,
Will
very
be
important.
halted.
It's too far away.
I'll get the first kick. Somebody get the next kick.
I had this kick.
Somebody kick that. Alright, thank you.
This side is done. Come back. Watch threats.
I get kick here. I'll get the next one. What happened?
someone
Threads
not-
spawned and I wasn't able to move quickly enough with the lag.
Threads of life for about 50k 4 times.
Yeah, alright.
That's why I'm on the younger end of the cycle. Some of these voices sound been around a little while longer than I have. old. I'm the line. I'm the exact line. I am middle age. What am I, in my early 30s? For a gamer, that's old, okay?
Yeah, threats only pass through one line. That's it. That's all that needs to happen.
Hey, Silas, when you run out,
Mm-hmm.
across the lines. See how you can just go across this thing over here? Move this marker. And over here. Run through that path right there.
Of lines, you'll take damage.
Yeah, stand right there to tank the boss up here and just run through that path. Don't cross the lines because you take extra damage.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
All right, pulling. 25 minutes to figure this out, and so far
And
we
this
have
loop. Right.
It's gonna be good.
This is where I'm
It's
dropping.
gonna be good.
That's why I dropped the pool.
I think it's just one. I'm not sure if you can do it multiple times. The journal doesn't read like multiple times either. It sounds like just one line.
The journal doesn't read like it should be doing raid-wide damage either, though.
I guess.
Fair enough. It is a work in progress.
You do not belong here.
Judgment. This is a habit I'm gonna have.
I'll try to pay attention.
Somebody hero.
Roll.
Somebody hero.
All agents of change must be heard.
I am so lagging.
Yeah, super lagging here.
Yeah, someone's clearly using the trinket that they're not supposed
Now
to.
nobody's moving.
Now it's gone.
And the pools just came up straight.
You should be running out.
Oh, yeah. Watch out. Stand right there.
Spirit volley.
It's weird the lag is only at the start.
I have weavers.
That's all.
I wonder if the lines are lagged.
Move away from X.
I'm gonna rally.
Out of range. It's too far away.
Yeah, everything crashed.
Okay, these arrows. These arrows that are going through the lines. Okay, it just slows them when they go through the lines.
It
No, they just
slows
do
them
that.
and reduce damage to that person and green wise.
Resistance will be halted.
Ow.
What about these fools that I leave behind? Reaper's burden. Upon this person strikes all players in the area. This damage is reduced behind the person.
Stuff.
The threshold preventing distance and reducing movement speed increased by 75. But that's
Pretty sure the premise is like you get the blade on you, you run through the mushrooms to like not get the debuff, and then it passes through the line. But I think people are so laggy that they can't really tell.
all right. Go again.
Can you check how close you can get before she body pulls?
How close I can get?
Yeah, yeah.
You do not belong
Doesn't.
here.
Pain here. Unless it's lagging. You have the box first.
Agents of change must
I have it.
be heard.
Yeah, she's transitioning to me. Oh yeah, you got her.
I was just trying to see how close we could get. Apparently right up on her.
All right.
You have weavers.
No.
I'm taking
Oh,
it. Yeah. Oh, I have weavers. Okay.
Is it?
Running out.
All right. Now soaking these. What the hell does it do?
Tethered to destruction.
I have a thing on you.
I have
All
weavers
to do
now.
is step across the line and
Okay. Oh, everybody's dead.
I mean, that's a line. I crossed
Soaking
the
this
line.
doesn't do anything.
It didn't seem.
So that gives you a 99% damage reduction. At least that's what the tooltip reads for the debuff.
Why are people reading the tooltip to the fight?
Because it drops instants.
We have the tank buster happen at the same time. We just stand on the fluorescence. And we take no damage.
Raid is early. We got room.
Yeah.
Because on my threads, I had a puddle and went through the line, and I kind of skirted the puddle. I took like no damage at all.
Yeah, the blossoms or flowers basically make you immune to damage, and it lets you pass over the lines without getting the debuff.
Yeah, the inflorescence does the same thing. It keeps you from, you can cross over the lines once you, without the damage.
I think as far as tanks go, you should be dropping it where that half moon is. Right on either side of it.
Half moon?
Alright, so there's.
You mean where our markers are now?
Yeah, kind of a little bit closer though.
Okay.
I just don't want to, because the closer it is to y'all, the more damage you take. So.
But if we all stand in
I
the
always say
in
that,
fluorescence, we only take 99, like 1% damage right now.
Yeah,
So it could
yeah. More people absorbs it faster, so it's kind of
Maybe I
like
just need to find
a little risky.
like a real
I
group
guess,
to
yeah.
run with.
Let's
I'll
just see how much
those
damage you
pugs
take
are
when it's closer.
infuriating. Like they're
Alright, let's
they're
go.
talking about how the mechanics work. I knew how
I mean, it
the
seems
fight
like the
worked
only
before
thing
I
that
stepped in.
goes in this fight is the interrupts and the blades not being soaked.
You do not belong
I got
Okay,
here.
we did our opening right. That's something to smile about.
All agents of change must be purged. Spectral blast.
Taking boss once this lag subsides.
Alright, I'm gonna drop this one right here. Alright.
Rather sensual, but
Spirit volley.
I'm gonna go.
Running out.
What was that big AoE damage that just went out?
The blades still do damage when they go off, it's just reduced significantly.
the puddles don't disappear faster if you're standing in there. That's not what it does.
The puddles slow the arrows.
Yeah, exactly. And you have damage reduction in it. But someone was saying you can't have everyone in it.
Big boss.
Taking boss.
Transition.
So you can cross over that puddle I left behind and get over there. I got the add, and I'll get the first interrupt.
I'll get the second.
Somebody
Depends
gets
on
the
the
next
second.
interrupt on the right side. Alright, thank you.
Watch
Alright.
that.
Done. Go across the puddle here. Get yourself back over.
Somebody interrupt that?
Interrupt.
Both of mine are on cooldown.
And we have people
Reds
who
of
can't
life,
do a kick rotation on the
42,000.
other side.
Yeah.
We have 15 minutes.
Even out the groups. Alright. So it's just the healer that's in the middle. Everybody else should be even out. How many healers in each one? 1, 2, 3. Okay. And let me move you. Smoke. No, not smoke.
Got about 15 minutes before the next boss starts, so probably 2 or 3 more pulls.
All right, Mold, you go wherever. All right. Everybody see their groups?
You do not belong here.
I just did it again. I really
Hero.
need to learn.
All agents of change must be heard.
You have boss.
I have it right now.
Yeah.
Okay. My target isn't really showing up.
You will not alter the weed.
It looks like you took that. Oh no, I took it. Taunt boss again.
Get a rapid drop every time.
The dream binds.
There I use the tank's puddle.
Talk boss after this cast now. I'll put this on the edge here.
So the line goes through the other lines, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Threads.
50 minutes in and they're asking how the sword works. Remember at the start of the stream when I looked at how that worked and discerned all rings?
People
The first set there did like no damage in the second set. They go through it in one shot.
That's because somebody's not taking it through the lines. I'm in the back. I'm like one of the farthest back people, and I'm just watching people just never cross the line. And every time we wipe.
Call them out.
Just have all day and I get. I mean, yesterday we were killing the boss like 4 times.
Discord again.
And I'm shortening the countdown. No, I can't shorten it, so let's just go. Everybody here. Buff up. Let's go.
You bring
I got both.
disorder.
Just did it
Hero.
again.
All
Start.
agents of
Hell yeah.
change must be heard.
Fine, let's lag.
Spectral blast.
Dude,
I'll take boss.
can't tell if
You already have them. Weaver's on you. Go ahead. I got.
Oh, on me? Okay. My bad. Didn't realize I had it first. I gotta figure out why I'm not seeing my target.
destruction.
Oh god, I've got a sword.
Is there? Don't stand past the red. I think we can be in there.
That's the red.
Up on the ground. Take the ball. Oh, never mind. Too late. Alright, I dropped it right here. It looked like it didn't do anything. I didn't see y'all take any damage from it, really. And I dropped it right on top. You just dropped it on top of him. Yeah.
Go to your sides, go to your
It's
sides.
not doing anything.
Remember the kick.
So maybe if we just kind of stand off to the side.
Yeah, we just stand off to the side and do it. I got the first kick.
Got that kick on this side. Somebody get that one. There we go.
Watch threats. Threats, threats. Make sure you do them properly.
The damage? Yes, you can.
Somebody get the kick on the board on the right. Alright, good. Down.
Now just repeat.
Red soul mana, please. Thank you. Just stand on to the right and left. I don't think we have to move. They weren't taking any damage.
I have weavers.
Alright, I got ball.
Popper, move to your right.
Yeah, just stand right. You can just stand where you were. I don't think it's really hurting. It's not. I don't see it really hurting. There's a thread. Watch that thread.
The dream binds you.
Take ball.
Love dead, low cooldown, don't mechanics, and we're
The
back.
pattern.
Cool.
All others must be
Ads again.
destroyed.
That's the first one.
The dream binds you.
I got this one. Oh, somebody just got it. Fine, just keep interrupting it. Somebody get
Popper
that.
just got knocked off. Get that one. Oh, okay.
Everybody
Moving out.
Yeah. Alright. Let's go. I'm just gonna start counting down.
No, what hit me there?
If we like kind of hug our respective wall, that should be away.
I just
I'm sure on Myth.
You
don't
bring
need to eat.
disorder.
Doesn't even say yet what's on Mythic on this boss. Doesn't even exist in the demo.
All agents of change must be heard.
After every continuum, the boss is gonna do more and more raid-wide damage, so just info for the healers and everyone else to pop your personals.
You will not alter the wheel.
Not die.
take ball.
Good.
Yeah, a spear hit me and knocked me all the way. I got it.
This is buggy as fuck.
As well.
That's the last.
I just straight up didn't like it went through lines, but it didn't. What? Whose sword it was though?
Because that's exactly what I saw.
Yes, I was watching.
I'm coming. Just trying to find something. Okay, I'm here.
If you keep pulling off of me for some reason.
Sword.
Nope.
So, Kidoki?
Might be my rage as a sleeper.
Must
Probably
be
generating a lot of
heard.
threat. Problem is I can't tell who has threat. I don't have a targeted target.
Actually, I'm just in right here.
Spectral blast.
Alright, you got Burden. You got Ball.
Treating Templar behind like heroic strike, like I'm just pressing it and hope that it activates when it's supposed to.
The dream will find
Watch that.
Okay, someone has a knife.
Alright, I got Burden.
Oh, thank God that actually worked.
Press Divine Toll twice to get it to go off. Cool. This fight seems pretty fun. It's actually quite straightforward.
Threads coming out.
you threaten
Alright.
the dream.
Transition.
Your existence will be halted.
Why is it killing me right now?
Tethered to destruction.
Oh, got hit by an arrow. I got Ball.
It's not ready.
Not a Divine Looks like they've got
Tethered to destruction.
I just watched that bear.
If you're low on health, don't stand next to the bear tank.
Actually not hurting them that much at all.
Well, yeah, but if you're low on health, it'll probably just kill you.
I alone weave the pattern.
Ads again.
Others
Ads.
must be destroyed.
Yeah, if you're full health, it probably won't kill you. But
gotta
if you're
find
low,
out.
you need. Got that one?
Tethered to destruction.
I'll get
Looks
this
like
in
the
there.
lines get more and more dense as the fight goes on as well.
They get thicker.
Souls move.
Boss is getting more desperate, so the lines are getting bigger.
Oh, no, don't go to the wall.
Watch your stacks here.
How do we get through this thing?
Just go through it.
The plants are going.
You gotta use the plants to go through this
Yeah.
your stack.
I have your boss.
Threads coming out. Press the druid move.
Alright, wipe it. Got one.
So you got to make a path for those swords. Some people just aren't even moving their feet. They just watch the sword come through them.
They probably set this to the next boss. Yeah, they'll still cancel it, maybe in the middle.
We are just gonna find a new group. I've had enough. I've absolutely had enough of all that. People not doing basic mechanics. I get that people think it's cool and they want to like look at it and don't want to put in any effort or work. It's really common amongst WoW players right now. Is they just want the good part without having to do any of the work, without having to read, without having to think. That's not what I'm into. Here's a new giant raid. Make sure it's not the same raid. But they were getting my goat a little bit, so I figured I'd change it up. Let's try a different group of people, different ideas, different experiences. Different raid boss. Okay, so this is the beginning. Okay, that's right. I'm short one. Okay, that's fine. And everyone's like, get on voice. The only way you can be good at the game is if you're on Discord. Let me ask you, did anything on that last Discord sound remotely helpful? No, it sounded like a bunch of people who were learning to read for the first time as they were combing through the dungeon journal, right? So I don't get this obsession. Well, I do get the obsession because no one trusts anyone. They want to control every pug because of exactly what I'm describing here, which is like I got frustrated at the lack of paying attention. But see, having people in voice chat didn't affect that at all. They were literally yelling at people to move for the swords, and were they moving for the swords? No, because when you pug on PTR, you never know who you're going to be with. A lot of people join because they can't get into a heroic level raid any other way.
Flying fight from Firelands.
Yeah, let's resort.
Okay, I'm gonna go through some of the mechanics quickly because there are some that are actually kind of important. There is a tank mechanic here. Listen up, there is a tank mechanic here. What the boss is going to do is going to channel something with mushrooms. There are going to be 4 swirlies, and we need to take them in alternating patterns. Because once you've taken 1 swirly, you get a debuff that lasts for 3 seconds, and each swirly spawns every 4 seconds, or every 2 seconds, I mean. So you cannot take 2 in a row because you take 500% increased damage. So like, I think they're just going to spawn like randomly around like this. So whoever takes the first one, you do not take the second. You take the third. And whoever takes the second, you also take the fourth. So do them in alternating. For the people that have seen the demo, do you have to pick up a feather to start flying?
You'll just get a buff.
Oh, you don't need to go click on anything.
As far as I'm aware, during the transition, he turns into an owl and flies away, and there's a bunch of feathers on the ground.
And you need to click up.
The preview didn't show that. The preview just showed like a screenshot of flying through the pillars and stuff.
Okay,
yes.
So we need to step over the feather then.
Likely.
Click, touch. We don't know yet. We'll get it. There are feathers.
We'll figure it out. Yep. Just
like
just pull.
I think
honestly.
Yeah, there's so many mechanics on this. It's probably best to just go.
It's not worth talking about it. Just
spend 20 minutes.
I'm just gonna briefly go over P1 because that's the only one we're gonna be focusing on for now. The main mechanic is called fairy growth. So you're gonna get a thing on you, and you need to run out with it. We're gonna dispel, and you're gonna leave a puddle. So it's a very, very classic mechanic. It's probably gonna cover the entire room eventually. So if you get a thing on you, run out. We're gonna dispel you, then you come back in again. And same thing with the mass entanglement. Whoever gets mass entanglement, you run out. You're gonna get rooted, and we need to kill the roots unless they can use Hand of Freedom or something similar. So paladins can try to use freedom for now. Let's just pull and see the mechanics.
Would it not make more sense to keep the roots central so people can hit them?
It's also gonna root everyone around the person that gets the. So either everyone needs to run out, or only that person needs to run out. I don't think it's very far though.
It's probably not like a 40-yard range.
No. It's like 20 probably or something. It's not big.
We'll see.
So don't book it. Okay, just step outside with the entanglement and then get ready to come back in again. Can I move my raid frames, please? Because they're kind of in the way. There we go. Save. Okay. Full 15. But yeah, tanks, alternating mushrooms, DPS, the growth mechanic, run out with it, and healers need to dispel it. Just make sure that they're out away from the boss first. Let's also take the boss to the edge, actually. I think that's better than taking him in the middle. We'll see. So Falling Star is just dodging shit. Run out with the circles. This is not the dispel thing, though. Yeah, dodge, dodge, dodge. Mass entanglement, whoever gets it, run out. Oh, does everyone get it?
You know, it's around the circle, around the.
Oh, okay. So we just briefly spread around the boss then.
Yes.
And the fairy growth. This is the one that goes to the edge. Whoever has the growth on you, move to the edge, and dispel them. Oh, they were dispelled in the middle. That's fine though.
Honest arrows.
1 point. Wait, this is not legend. 1 point.
Also, we need to break the roots much quicker.
Work like freedom and everything, so people can get themselves out too.
Yeah.
Run these out. This is just a bunch of swirlies. It's nothing big.
Have you done Chromac in the past?
No.
That's also it's the
what you gonna do?
Of what's his face? Birdkeeper. Roots everybody.
Yeah. Just stand next to other people. When the root is coming, just mark one spawn. Everyone like be in their proximity. Like you get the circle around you. Yeah. As long as you're not touching the other person's circle, you're fine. Like
Yeah, just go as close as you can to the boss without hitting other people.
yeah. Just stand.
Maddie,
Don't hit
you
the
have a lot
others.
of noise in the background. Can you fix it?
I can't hear.
Maddie, can you fix the background noise?
Okay.
Okay, I'll mute him.
So they don't do.
Just be
raid
close to each
countdowns,
other,
they
not on
just
top of each other.
randomly
When the
call
roots.
Yeah, be close to the boss. We can use the boss as like a pivot. I'm just gonna pull. Let's just do some like really quick pulls. Get used to the mechanics, and then we can start strategizing. So Falling Star, 3 people getting marked. Just run these out, and then there's a fuck ton of swirlies. Dodging the swirlies, and go close to the boss if you can, without hitting other people. Close to the boss without hitting other people. Good, and break everyone free. Mushrooms. Tanks take alternating. So you take that one, I take the next. Good, and you take the last. Good job.
So let's
They got that.
Get the vines free. Come on, break the vine. Careful with the beams. Careful with the. Oh, whoa! They're speeding up.
get tornado.
Falling stars. Run these out, and then we have a lot of swirlies. Mass entanglement. Come close to the boss. Don't stack.
Oh no.
And we have mushrooms. Tank mechanic. I'll take the first one. I'll take the third one.
We should put the roots a bit away from the boss because he spawns mushrooms on people who are rooted and one-shots them. He spawns the mushrooms around him.
Yeah, good call. I want to place a marker for the. Ooh,
So if you
intermission.
do you see can you give me assist real quick? Roar Evoker? I just want to put like I think there's a really easy way to do this.
Do you click
Thank
him?
you.
Do you touch him?
I got an extraction button, but it doesn't work.
Extra action
So-
button?
Oh.
You see like this
Take
where I marked
target
with
says-
skull, this like ring on the edge of the room that goes all the way around?
Yeah.
Can now. Oh.
Yeah, so if you just put the boss there and then we just put the roots like to the edge in a clump. So like
To
you
the
just
edge.
keep the
Where do you
boss-
mean by the edge? Purple?
Purple, yeah. So you kind of just like group them around purple, but keep the boss at skull. So that way, you kind of want to make sure the boss is going to spawn mushrooms around him. You don't want to kind of be under him, but it should still be kind of cleavable, if that makes sense.
Do I just mount on my mount?
Probably jump
Or,
off.
like-
Probably die, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have a dragon riding mount.
You didn't touch
Just jump off the edge, please. Yeah, we're waiting on you now.
I know, I'm just trying to fucking mount. I did the ability, but...
It's okay.
I don't
You're
know.
going to blow up now
Just
anyway.
jump.
Yeah, but the other guy was able to mount up. I couldn't.
Weird.
You touched a feather.
Yeah, I did. I got the ability, but I just don't have a dragon riding skill.
You can figure that out in between pulls.
There's a guy that sells max glyphs off to the right.
I did that. But it just says dragon riding skill have not been unlocked yet. Very
Like
cool.
druids, paladins, monks, they don't have to stack. They can just shapeshift out of the route, and handle freedom themselves. So.
Yep.
So like, yeah. So this is what I mean. Like all the way around the room. So like you always just drop the roots in line with the boss as you move around this like ring at the edge of the room.
Okay.
You're only gonna get 2.
Like across have to move a little forward, like
yeah,
at least 20 yards. Yes.
I can do a line marker, but I want to minimize the moving though. So like if we instead like do here for example, because we're moving the boss over there anyway. So like if we're currently fighting on green and we do like that's a bit close. If we do the entanglements on stars, so we're like putting the entanglements where the boss is moving, so we're pulling the boss into the entanglements.
That looks bad.
You're overthinking.
You are overthinking it, probably. The only thing is you always want the boss behind the group because when you soak the mushrooms, they leave shit behind.
Just focus roots. That's it. Like in that phase, even if you're close, just focus roots.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. 3 big swirlies, run those out. Then we're gonna get a fuck ton of small ones. Okay, go around star for the stack and star, or around star. Break people out. Watch the. I'm taking the first soak. I'm taking the third soak. Someone take the last one.
Where's the tank?
Okay, let's move the boss clockwise. Get some room. Tank, you're gonna take the rest? No? Okay, good.
Oh, you were in the.
Okay, the 3 who gets marked run out, please, and we're gonna get a fuck ton of swirlies again. We're gonna run the boss now after this entanglement. Stack up. I'm taking the first oak. I'm taking the first one. And I'm taking the third one. Please take the last one. Good. Okay, and let's move the boss now. After the mushrooms, we need to move the boss. Okay, let's just jump. Jump. Don't take the intermission.
First set dies really fast. Second set just rip like barrier, rallies, whatever you have.
Do people survive the mushroom, or is it like a clean one shot?
It's one shot.
It's one shot. Like you just need the more damage on roots, and that will be fine. Like play
Second
your
set.
best AoE spec.
So fun fact, if you want to reset, like in res, you can like dragon ride just off the platform and fly down.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Like in the animation, I grabbed a Feather Ronin and just fucking eased out and flew down with it,
Uh.
and it just reset. That's too far away. There's no like kill box down there.
That's funny. Would love to see the intermission.
Yeah, we're gonna get there soon, I think. We just need to focus more on the entanglements. Okay, let's go.
Save lots for the first one.
Should we maybe not move the boss to the edge? Or I think that is working. I think that is working.
It doesn't matter. You have the whole room to play around with, and you're going to the transition way, or you're not even utilizing the full.
Stack up. Mushrooms, I'm taking first. I'm taking third.
DPS roots, yeah. Get people staying.
Move out with the dispels.
Now you move.
Okay.
Watch out. Okay, so it's like a sequence. We're getting the big circles, then we get the roots, and then we get the mushrooms, and it's the same thing every time. So group up for this.
Personals, everything.
Kill these roots quickly, come on. Roots, focus on the roots. Checking the first one. And I'm taking the third one next to the lava.
Do that with the dispels with the fire ship.
Very good.
That was not out.
Is that fire from a dispel just now?
Yes.
Yes.
People aren't
Yeah,
moving
Okay,
it.
let's see the intermission now. We have like half the right alive. So there should be an extraction button.
Yeah, if you're
Wait.
on the feather, if you move away from the feather, it goes away. To be on
Oh
the
yeah,
feather,
yeah. Use the extraction button, then you can fly. Wait, where the fuck are we going?
If you have a mount.
Oh, the boss.
Oh, I see him.
This is lit.
And take the.
Stop moving now. Tish, take the feather and go.
I don't have a mount, bro.
You need to use your
Oh,
actual man button.
I can ride on this guy. Let's go.
You don't
No,
have a dragon riding mount?
No, I don't.
Then you probably just can't do this.
Okay,
boss.
focus on the boss now. It's a DPS check. Let's see if we can break it with half the right alive.
Go do the quest, I guess? I don't know.
How much is the absorb shield? 2 million?
Oh fuck, we have to be way quicker.
This is Giga Rip, but like half the right is dead, and that was the first time seeing the. I think that was good. Good job. Go again.
I just have to find a body to ride on. It's okay.
Don't dispel
Okay,
that
that
fast.
that pole, I literally had a firebrand that didn't get dispelled for 25 seconds. So is there some reason why dispels aren't going out at all? I
I
have
can go for them.
mushrooms and
Every
they
time
just
we've
don't out.
dispelled, it's
I
killed half the
imagine
rate.
it's a people are learning the fight issue.
I agree. I'm gonna call
Don't
the
need to know.
dispels.
Is there a priest or something that we can
Yeah, just empty them.
cast the spell? Like we have 2 priests.
Come
Hey,
on,
running.
brother,
Just
you-
dispel, man.
Just dispel.
Okay. When you get the dispel on you, try to move like the opposite direction of where we're going. So like in this case, that would be on like the current star marker.
Yeah,
So that
like
we
if-
don't need.
at the soul well. Do you want everyone to run counterclockwise to where we're at, and then just everyone gets dispelled on 3?
Yeah. If you go like towards the middle, like toward blue with the dispel, that's fine too. Like as long as you don't cover the left side because we're going clockwise.
I just
I'll-
know that's been 2 polls in a row where I didn't get dispelled at all, so I just want to know where I need to go to get dispelled.
Yeah, right side and just call for it if you don't get a dispel. I'll try to call the dispels. Let's go
We
again.
should just MD it.
I
2-minute
agree.
cooldown, though.
2 minutes cooldown, bruh.
Yeah, they
We
got
have 2
nerfed.
priests. There's only going to be 2.
Let's see. Let's not promise a massive spell, but try and work around it. Also, I just want to try something. Let's stack up like way better. Like even if you're clipping some people, I just want to see how much damage it does. So like stack very close to the boss and almost stack on top of each other. Come on, closer.
It does nothing.
Oh, it does nothing. Okay, so we're definitely gonna stack way more. I'm always taking the first mushroom, and I'm taking the third.
Go to blue for dispels. That's okay.
Yeah, go to blue. And dispel the people now, please. Or we're gonna move the boss. After the mushroom, we're always moving the boss.
After roots, they
Dispel
do dispel.
Tish.
Yeah, please move out.
Okay, we're gonna stack on the boss this time, because like range and melee we're in 2 separate groups. Let's try to stack up better. Stack up better under the boss. Come close. Stack up.
Geronimo.
Okay.
Ah,
So it does a
just
bit of
finish.
damage.
Right
Wait,
now,
so you don't have to be like 3 people stacking, it's fine, but like more than that.
right now it doesn't. And also, if it just because it doesn't mean it won't.
I mean,
The first one is easy, but the second one is during the time where we got.
I don't want to be devil's advocate, but if you see a red circle around you, maybe not the best idea to stack.
Yep, that's usually where the damage goes, is the circle.
You can stack a couple of people, so you're gonna like groups of 3, and they'll
Sure.
take that much damage. Like
I don't think we
100
need. No,
for-
let's not do groups of 3. Let's just get better at studying. Let's go as close as we can without clipping too much. Like if you clip 1 or 2 people, that's fine. But on the second set there, I think we had like groups of 7 clumping.
This is overthinking it. Just,
It's
I think the bigger
just
thing
be
is
close, yeah.
Be
I think the
close.
bigger
Boss
thing
will
is
leave each other.
biggest thing is moving out for the dispel. That like fucks everyone.
Yeah.
Be close, but no cigar. Swirlies. Let's try and clump up. Clamp up, not too much, not too much.
This spell's got a blue after this.
Oh, that was perfect. Cleave, cleave, cleave.
The spell's to blue. MD on blue in 5, 4, 3,
Move the boss.
2, 1. MD on blue.
Oh, that was clean. I love that.
That wasn't.
You
No,
should-
only
you should
one
rush
person.
to the middle.
Let's jump. Let's jump. We're missing 2 healers. Jump and reset.
I gave a 5-second cooldown and 2 people weren't there, man. I don't know.
Wait, what? Oh, I thought everyone was there.
No, one person
Oh,
was there.
now I see. Never mind.
No,
Okay,
we
not
had
clean.
2 people got dispelled by the mass at blue.
Okay.
fair.
Person didn't.
But no, because I manually dispelled one.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
and-
2 people got masked and 1 didn't.
It almost looked like everyone was there, so it looked clean for a moment, but then I take it back.
Seems like a higher skill group. There's literally no way.
I'll do the same thing again next ball, just for yes.
By the way, just release and come back. Like, don't wait for a rest, because we're not going to be waiting for you. We're just doing like rapid pulse now to learn the mechanics and get to the second phase. Like, if you're not here, honestly, I don't care.
I like this raid leader.
has ended.
Release. Let's try and clump up without claiming too hard.
Hand of freedom. Let's go.
This spell's on blue in 5.
Wait.
We still have vines, dude.
4, 3.
Okay, get in
2,
position now.
1. MD on blue.
That countdown was way too early, by the way.
Still didn't get.
Oh.
Sure.
We
Okay.
still lose this
People were
ball.
we were still rooted when we started counting.
Yeah.
That's more than enough
I
time.
mean, no, it wasn't.
No, it's not enough time. Please. You started counting, like, when you got to 2, we still had some people rooted.
Okay.
Okay, just reset it.
Fuck's sake, running. Come on, bud.
Also,
I
the
saw
spells don't have to be that far away.
I saw 2 roots on 10 HP. I don't know.
Right, but one of the people that was rooted was one of the people that had the debuff, and they were on the opposite side of the boss.
Fair.
So it's just
I
kind of
guess I-
unfortunate. So it's like,
Yeah.
in that situation, it was too early. So the other thing is, if... Can I have assist the root and put some markers down real quick?
You
So
have
I can-
assist.
Alright. Oh, fuck, I don't have my
Good,
2
good.
bindings.
Let's
Never
see,
mind.
let's
So, where Square is right now, if that's going to be our first dispel, I'm pretty sure the boss could be right around where the soul well is. It doesn't have to be very far.
Yeah, that's why I just moved the marker. So we're just gonna go like
So
slightly to the right with the dispels. We're not gonna go very far. Like
That was
when I initially had the markers, the way I had it was like this. The blue was just like an example. If you go over to blue, that's fine. But like, let's do it on star. But we can do this. Like the idea was just going like slightly to the right. Okay, let's go again.
Usefulness has ended.
I don't know how to properly deal with the mushrooms. Like the overlap with the entanglement is actually kind of brutal. Let's clump up. I'm taking the first one. Okay, don't dispel under the raid. Come on, that's actually demonic.
I was rooted on a mushroom and I died with Diva.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Left the depot.
Dispel, come on. Watch out. How do we get tornadoes on the opposite side there?
There's 2.
There are
Group up. Try and deal with these quickly. Taking the first one.
The spell's next to this marker in 5 seconds.
Oh.
4,
I didn't have
3,
5
2, 1. Spells.
So, do the mushrooms spawn close to the boss or do they?
Close to the boss.
Maybe shouldn't stack on the boss.
That's what I said. Second pull.
I'm still thinking about it because like we're gonna lose a fuck ton of damage if like melee has to run out.
You don't even have to
more if
move
they're
boss.
dead.
Try to flying by the way. We're not wiping until the boss does the big shield.
I mean, either you don't stack on the boss or we kill them faster because that overlap is gonna happen no matter what.
Yeah, it's just the timings.
Might have to just deal with like the spread cleave to deal with them.
Yes.
Bring
Everyone
Boomkins.
that can just shift out of it or freedom out of it or whatever.
Can you blink out of it too?
Anything
It's
that
anything that
removes
removes roots. Yeah.
fucking human racial.
Yeah, if you AMS before it applies, it doesn't even apply to you.
Yeah,
It's like Broodkeeper in
probably
most classes
cloak.
in the game.
Yeah.
Come on, nuke the shield. Let's go. 10 seconds. I believe. I don't.
Guess we save less for this.
I think you just need more than 5 people alive.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
I don't think you save less for it. I think you less on pull.
I agree.
I mean,
Or I think you lost
Yeah,
in P3, but we're gonna list in P1 for now.
I would suggest listing there because we're always gonna have people dead.
Just to see the second phase? Honestly, that's
Yeah.
a good idea. Yeah, let's list on the absorb thingy.
Let's get there first.
Also, yeah, I think in general people can be faster about flying.
Question:
Is
What is the
annoying.
cooldown? What is the cooldown on Hand of Freedom, specifically for the tanks? You can do every set. Okay. So we're gonna have tanks just stay on the boss. I'm gonna shapeshift, and you can use Hand of Freedom, so we can do the mushrooms. Let's actually try. I'll put down a star marker. This is where we're gonna go with the entanglements, like a bit further away from the boss. Just see how it feels. I would prefer just like hard brute forcing it and just killing it, but let's just see how big of a difference it makes. So after these swirlies, just bait the swirlies close to the boss. Just wait for it a second, and now go to star. Go to star, and clump around star. I'm soaking the first one. You do second, I do third. And now focus on the rooted people.
Dispel, stay on spar.
Just
in
dispel and mid the boss. Just dispel. Go, go, go. Dispel.
Cool. Someone's out of range, I don't know where they are.
One's at square, one's at star.
That's fine, that's fine. We're just moving the boss at that point. So I'm placing down a new star marker. See where it is? Go to the star marker. Go to the star marker, now. Oof, okay. Did that feel better?
The boss phase based on HP.
CR now. CR any tank. I think it's timed.
Yeah, I think it's 90 seconds into the fight.
Yes. So 2 minutes come up for the shield, probably.
Okay, DPS, give me some feedback. How did it feel to move away with the swirlies?
Better, but I think the mark is a bit too far from the boss and from the roof.
It's a bit far. Okay.
I mean,
So we're doing it a bit closer.
I mean, it's safer, but it feels shit to DPS. But yeah.
Oh yeah, I know I know it feels shit. That's why I'm try and just brute. Just fly down and die, please. For thank you.
Yeah, healers didn't need their range or something.
Yeah, it just didn't get dispelled.
We can see it, but like, I don't know what the willing to go to a mark to get MD does. It means it always happens at the same time. It's clean.
Don't have to go to the mark. Just move out of the raid and get dispel faster. And like
You don't need me to move out of the raid because we're dispelling at the same time as we're running out with the boss.
Sure, but like, I don't know. Every time I go to dispel the last person, or move too far, and the tornadoes are in that space, and
just don't get in the move. Move towards the. It'll be fine.
yeah, I don't know.
I can
MD is-
feel your fucking brain cells going running.
I just it's like
people to
makes
go
it
to a
easier.
marker, like forcing people to go to a marker is clearly not working, which is the. I'm gonna try running the boss actually during the entanglement, see how that feels. So like, people can dodge them and clamp up, and I'll just move the boss. And tanks can follow. DPS stay behind. Yeah, DPS need to stay behind, otherwise the roots are gonna fuck you up. I'm taking the first one, you take the second, I take the third.
Focus roots.
And you take the fourth. Focus on the roots in the back, please. And dispel, dispel, dispel. Dispel everyone. Come on.
I dispelled.
Good.
Not just don't
Move. Oh, I have 15 stacks. We need to done swap.
There you go on a limb. Say some people still have the debuff.
Seems like there's too much.
CR now. Or CR Ava. We have 2 tanks. CR Ava.
Move the boss and rip an MD.
Dispel and move. Dispel and move. Go, 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 go.
The futile test.
I'll just take it. Okay, nice.
Dish, come to me. Are you on me?
No, I'm dead, dude.
That's really
Dead.
cool that the tornadoes can hit you while you're mounting up. That's really good.
Healers try not to take the green things.
Yeah, so what I've noticed
Nice
is
red,
I
white knight.
joined 2
It's
really
stacked
big
on everybody.
groups and both of them are complete.
Oh really?
So you just want, yeah,
Yeah,
you just
so
want, like, the
everyone
bunch
can
of
take them.
You can get through all this
Excellent.
mega quick. I'm already over the other side.
Okay, last.
There you go. Send it.
That big groups are bad.
I think we need to
Bots.
kick 2 when we break the shield.
Jobbers.
Probably.
Alright, running. I've got you. I'll save this.
1. Rip.
I lied.
Yeah.
Final lesson.
Single dispelling feel better then?
Just send it. We got enough to.
Your usefulness has ended.
Also, melee, don't chase the boss when I move him. Like now, I'm just gonna run with the boss. DPS, just stay behind. Focus on the roots. I checked the first one.
Dispel, stay behind on roots. Dispel now.
We can move the boss.
That is.
We have a fuck ton of space. We can use it. Spurleys, dodgy.
Never see her.
Okay, stay behind. Moving the boss.
So it feels like you can't.
I take the first one. They seem to spawn in quadrants around the boss. You need to, yeah, thank you. Move the boss and dispel.
Still Ragnar.
Dispel everything now, come on. Yeah, just wipe it. We don't have nearly enough to do the second phase. Okay, let's see, what is actually killing people? Mushroom...
Maybe I should run my own.
The beams killed me. If we could get more not rallies, roars and totems or whatever.
Scorched ground. So apparently some people stood in the...
It spawned under them when they were root.
Oh, when they were rooted. Okay, so more
someone
focus on the
died with it.
roots.
We just need
Mass
more
and-
damage on root, that's it.
Yeah, a lot of people dying to scorching ground and mass entanglement.
Second set wasn't clumped either. So
If we're not going to face on the supernova, just die quickly. Let's not waste time like this.
Yeah, it's actually kind of hard to die.
there's no death for it.
There's like no fucking death wall.
Yeah, dismount.
When you
That's funny.
Or just fly off the edge and dismount. That should work too.
Actually, a fun boss.
Yeah, so far. About this because of the like they made it very.
Far away.
DPS don't follow, please. I see like 4 or 5 people following the boss that are not supposed to. Only the tanks follow. Stay behind and deal with the entanglements. I'll take the first one.
Stay on roots with dispels.
Just kill
Get
the
him
worst
out
first.
first.
Wait. Okay, dispel. Taunt the boss. And move the
Dispel.
boss.
Still waiting for single this one.
I'll dispel you when my CD comes up. There you go. I guess I'll dispel the third one as well.
Oh my god. Okay, stay behind.
Remember, dispel, stay behind. Get them out first. Wait. Okay, move a bit.
Wait. Okay, dispel.
Dispel.
spell on Daruk.
Come on, almost everyone alive for the intermission. We did it. Okay.
There you go.
Daruk still waiting for.
Live
the
this.
spell.
Live this. Live this. Come on, don't die. Swirlies, careful. Okay, good. Come on, get over as fast as you can.
Can rip CRs on the next platform, by the way. If someone's a druid, do it fast.
As soon as the
Yep,
body's
I'll do it. And try and take as many greens as you can. If you see any green that has been taken, then go for them.
Yeah, we kind of gotta spread out on that.
Mm-hmm.
So we're getting all of it.
I think 10 is as many as we can get, so I think we got all of them.
In 3, 2, 1.
Fuck, this shield is overtuned. Oh my god, that shield is over. We didn't even get halfway.
It was like half the red that arrived.
Wait, what? We have right?
Yeah, like half the red.
Oh my god.
Like you
We just
just
have to
that
quick.
grab everything. Fucking-
We've had one and you can't press 3 buttons. Oh my god.
Either your thing start, so you go really.
Yeah.
That's actually not the play.
It's not
Okay.
the play.
No.
No man, use the
I gotta
one
say-
and yeah.
Because when you pick up, you get 3 bigger back. So you can stamp the single green one. You get refreshed buffs. Instantly using the 3
Time.
full time now. We're actually doing kind of good now. Series.
I don't want pull timers, no.
Your usefulness has ended.
And melee, please don't follow the boss. Like, still like 2-3 people derping it. I'm running away now. Stay behind and deal with the roots. Like, look at these fucking boons. Stop following the boss. Go back into the roots.
I'm starfalling. I'm
Tell
always
them.
doing the roots.
Tell them.
The spells in 2, 1.
Okay, move the boss.
The Oracle will do you in a sec. Alright, there. How many healers do we have?
4 or 5.
More than one, so one person can dispel.
It definitely feels like only one's dispelling.
Okay, I'm gonna look at the dispels actually.
Because that was, again, like... probably an entire 8-second dispel cooldown.
Where's tank? Can someone mean that? Oh.
Just reset it. Okay, let's see. Dispels. Let's look on overall. Okay. Or are none of the priests dispelling at all? Blue and Ava, what the fuck are you doing? Roar and Abby are the only ones actually dispelling.
Did you master?
It's not dispelling. Those dispels that you see are shape shifts.
I mean, I have 15 naturalizes.
I say it. Never mind. But you have 4 in total. 2 of them are from Master Spell. And blue, you have 3. Wait, we're only... Oh, there is Abby. Never mind.
I was looking at current poll, sorry, not overall.
Yeah, Abby's done 8, so she's doing fine. Roar has done fucking 28, man. Or actually 17, never mind. He's done 17. It's like Roar... Focus more on doing the priests. Like priests should be the right? Yeah, that's have the one. The break-in details on the priests up there along with the evoker.
I keep harping on about it, but if the people that will just stay where the roots got cleared, chuck an MD at the end. Just the mechanics done.
But don't rely on it. Don't rely on it. It's like a mythic guild. I don't think that's something you need to do in a bug.
Yeah, it's also been how...
I don't know.
Repulls
I agree with you. I agree with you. Master spelling on a fixed spot is way better, but let's not rely on it. Can you talk, by the way? I want to try something. We have Mass Entangle. Now I'm running out with the boss. Don't follow. I'm taking the first one. Yeah, this feels good. Come on, deal with the roots. Deal with the roots. Come on. Roots. Dispel.
That was everyone, I think.
Yeah, well done. A bit of flaming is all we need. Move the boss.
Look, flame.
Ooh, really careful. Or tornadoes. Okay, I'm running out with the boss now. Step behind and deal with the roots.
Stay behind for the dispels. Wait until the roots are cleared.
Dispel now.
Go.
Everyone. And move the boss.
Spell on Daruk.
I'll get you on the...
Careful with the tornadoes. Intermission.
Roar.
Come, Tish.
Go.
Are you on me? Yeah, I'm here. Next to you.
so late now.
Yeah. Thank you, Tish.
The more I test PTR, the more I learn I'm just too easy for the average person. Like, I just can't deal with average.
Just lost now immediately. Yeah, lost now, now.
Sure.
Because it lasts 40 seconds.
Lemonade dead. Close enough.
Yeah, that was actually a bit close. Okay, we got it.
Alright.
I was standing next to you, Tish, and you ran away.
I don't know.
Should ramp the transition. So like when the tornado you should make everyone go.
Do a lot
L form.
For tornado, yeah.
Okay.
Does like not.
As soon as you see the boss go to alpha, just pop rally.
Just play with your dad.
Yeah. Like I should, man.
Can I get a mage buff?
Tish, you ape. I'm marking the star, yeah?
Huh? The star is just roughly where I'm moving the boss. It's it doesn't mean anything.
No, I'm telling Druid. I'm mark the star so you can mount it.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about the star marker.
Back up.
Deal with the roots. I don't care about the boss damage. Just do the roots.
MD in 5, 4, 3.
Run out. Single dispels if anyone is remaining. Move the boss. Matt, you're also tanking, by the way. You can also take aggro occasionally. Like the other pally almost died there.
They're ready to stack behind the boss again with this. Like they're always like really spread out.
Stack up. Oh my god, he's taunting me. This is fucked.
Get ready to spell. Perfect.
Offensives. Oof. Cheerleaders down. Just jump. We got like 3,
MD's work,
4.
they're just a bit fast.
How did it go taunting me?
Huh?
How did it go taunting me? Are you
yeah, I think we taunted 3 times.
You guys are taunting with 12 or something, and you can put it.
Last time. Ideally, off. Just keep an eye on whoever is main tanking. If he's like almost dodging, you can just pick up the boss. Otherwise, it'll refresh the stacks.
It's however many stacks are active.
Not your taunt. The number of stacks. If you have 1 or if you have 12, that's whatever. Just as soon as it goes off.
20 seconds, so it's like once every taunt, basically. It's
a number of stacks will depend. Come on, release.
Exactly the same.
Or these single dispels not working.
I'm glad.
You know what is not working, Tish? You're not flying.
Not having a mount at all.
Your usefulness has ended. Let it die.
Alright, clamp up for the roots, and please focus on the roots.
That's it, Tish. Your lore go 2.0 now.
Versatility. Wait for the dispel for a sec, and now.
Go. Move,
Perfect.
Move the boss.
Perfect.
Move the boss. Move boss as well. Tornadoes, careful. Good.
Get ready behind the boss here for roots.
Starting to figure some things out. Looks like some people have learned to press their buttons correctly.
Wait for the MD. Wait. Let people get out first. Move out.
Now.
A bit early, but I'll rewind. It's fine.
Let's use some cooldown on the intermission.
Yeah. Rally at this ramp barrier under boss. Now, rally. Personals.
Let's look where the star is.
Like 5 people die while they're trying to mount up.
Everyone except the tank. That's a win.
Did you get it, Tish?
Yeah.
Let's go.
It is actually kind of difficult seeing where the red things are. Like there was, or either that or I don't have any depth perception. Lust?
The people who are arriving late need to get a relist.
No. It's right wide.
I see people without it, so.
You do?
Oh wait, no,
It's
never
right
mind,
wide.
They're out of range. They're out of range. My bad.
Come on, Nick! Come on! Yes! I think we did it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we did
there was in this phase there was healing reduction, and same mechanics as last time.
Oh,
Stack up. Okay, so the order is different now. We don't have the fucking Ebola overlap.
One vine at the back. We need to dispel as well. 2, 1.
Alright. Progress here.
There was something there was a healing absorb on a lot of people. Oh, step on these.
Yes.
Especially tanks, as many as you can. Yeah, we just got one route. Just stay away from the pulsing tree. Let's move the boss.
Personals.
Well, just stack under the boss on this one, actually. Ooh. Okay, those are actually kind of dangerous.
That's where the freedoms are gonna have to go out.
Yeah.
They'll cleanse it.
Yep, those should definitely be assigned. Okay, I think we've got time for one more pull. Let's try and get to P2 again. So the order of stuff happening is like completely different. So I think
Stack up. And there's more shit.
I think what is going to be correct on this fight, not able to just kill the roots fast enough. I think once the boss is released, you definitely just stack up with the roots, or clump up with the roots, you just clear before the mushrooms happen. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Server shut down in 12 minutes.
You dropped me.
For Boomkins must be very
One more pull and make it count. For the second phase, by the way, I didn't talk too much about it. Like huge healing absorbs that keep that only one, but it's the entire rate. And for the roots, as you can, especially because for every root or every root you spawn, but there was like
let's go.
3 minutes. 3.
Yeah, good tools to use, and especially the tanks. Like you two should run, yeah, and just taking as many. Let's pull. Let's make it count.
You heard the man, Tish.
Stay behind for the dispel. People start moving, dispel. Right, perfect.
Okay, we don't have CR now, so let's not waste them. Watch the tornadoes, careful.
Stay behind. Dispel.
And run. Move the bus. Move bus, move bus. Go, 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 go. We have two people dead. Stack up onto the boss so we can use roar for everyone. Roaring now. Pick up feather.
Rally.
Oh my god, fuck it.
I'm on here. Go on.
Looks like people are able to jack your feather, so that's unfortunate. You have to grab a feather that no one else did.
Yeah, too many DPS dead.
This is lit. I like dragon riding in the middle of a fight. Big fan.
Last.
I have no fear. This is here. For once.
Yeah, this one is probably not gonna break.
Any beacons?
Anyone who uses beacon. Like, beacon comes up in 8 seconds. It's a bit. Oh, maybe? Maybe? Oh, close. Thanks for coming. I'll keep this Discord going because I'll do raid testing next week. Boss, actually. The first one was kind of shitty, but this one was really fun.
Thank you for the raid, guys.
Yep. GG.
Thanks for the
invite.
Have a nice day.
Yeah, you too. Have a good evening.
Alright, well. That was not as fun as the first day for me. Now that guy mentioned keep the Discord, maybe I will go back with that group, because, I mean, my biggest complaint so far is just, like, I'm joining these totally random pug groups that are, because there's item level scaling, it encourages people who aren't actually heroic level raiders to go jump in that raid, because they're going to get scaled up, obviously. Item level is the only thing that matters, right? So, you have a lot of, like, LFR tier players, like, barely pressing their buttons, and that's really frustrating. So too is the lack of decorum. I don't know, I mentioned it earlier, I'm kind of an old school raider who shuts up when the raid leader is speaking. And like, if the raid leader is speaking, I'm of the opinion no one else should be talking. I also heard people keep trying to change the strategy and like confuse people. Oh, we should do it this way, we should do it that way. No, you do what the raid leader says, period. No one else matters. If you're gonna take the time to form the group, you're gonna make that effort, then you are literally God of the group. You are God. No one should question you. No one should... it just really, really bothers me to... It's just what happens when you have too many people in a group that are not of the same mindset and goals, right? It's nothing against anyone in particular. It's just the nature of pugging, I guess. So, I have to say, the crowd on PTR is why I'm enjoying PTR less than I normally do, I think. Maybe that's just me, though. As for the bosses, so I like that dragon riding boss. I think that's pretty fun. I think a lot of people were worried about him. Tindril. Yeah, but I think that fight's banging. You know, I think they've got it. I think it's got a lot of abilities, and it looks like so it looks like there's another intermission probably where you'd have to fly, and then you fight him again. That's cool. And this guy is the second to last boss as well. He's right before Farak, if this reads correctly, so... I mean, it makes sense that he was a little... He's a complicated fight, he's a little tough. Nimue. This fight was okay. Honestly, it's embarrassing that the group I was in couldn't kill it, because there's really not a lot to this fight. You, like, fight her, and she's like a stationary boss where you have to dodge, you have to correctly engage with the sword, the Threads of Life. Okay? And then there's the ad phase where you need to split up and kill the ads, and then you go back onto the boss. So... There's no mythic mechanics showing yet. Yeah, so, I mean, Nimue feels honestly too simple, too easy, but there was this weird lag, and I have to wonder if the Verdant Matrix, those lines on the ground, were causing that lag, or if it was someone using one of the trinkets, one of the new raid trinkets that are busted. Not busted like good, like busted like lags the server, because that did happen on the first day. Overall, I'd give Nimue, Nimue is too easy and simple for how deep that boss is in the raid, I think, because that's supposed to be like an end of wing boss, right? I'm not into it. I think it's feeling a little Magmaraxy to me, if you understand my meaning. Tindral Sage Swift, on the other hand, I think there's a lot going on there. I don't think the strategy we're using is necessarily what will be used. I don't think that group quite figured it out, but overall, I mean, we got to see Phase 2. That was okay. The last thing I want to note about PTR is I think large groups like this are actually not very good, because increasingly I've seen in these large groups, no one's checking anyone. No one's asking if they've read the dungeon journal. No one's seeing if they're at least AOTC, right? They have a very, just invite anyone kind of attitude, and I don't think that's how I would want to do my testing. I think I would probably check the player for at least AOTC and Dragonflight, either Season 1 or 2. I would accept both, honestly. And I would also be asking them, have you read the abilities in the dungeon journal? And if their answer is no, I would decline their invite. And if their answer is yes, I would ask them a specific question about one of the mechanics to make sure they understood. And if they didn't understand, I would decline their invite. That might seem harsh for PTR testing, but like as you see, you only have an hour. So like you can't waste time on people's cognition, right? If you're spending your raid's time on your own personal understanding, you're wasting everybody else's time. So again, I think part of what I'm not liking about this PTR cycle is the pug scene. Usually I do pug and it's fine, but I don't know, this time it just seems like, I mean, look at, well, this fight's hard to measure because there's some early deaths, but there just seemed to be a really wide range of damage being dealt as well, even though everyone was scaled. Everybody was scaled to the same item level. So it's a little confusing to me why you'd have like 3 people of the same spec doing a bunch of different levels of damage, and I mean the answer is skill, right? That's a skill gap. Well, the server's gonna shut down in a minute, so I don't think I'm gonna be doing normal mode yet. It's open all weekend, so I might try that later. And with that, I suppose we'll wrap up the stream. Again, my name is Darkscream. I hope you've enjoyed watching me and hearing all my saltiness. You can also check me out on YouTube. I have a main channel, Darkscream Games. We have the alt channel, Darkscream VODs, which is where this Twitch VOD is gonna end up. I hope you've enjoyed watching. We have 40 seconds till the server shuts down, so peace.